Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a rigid body cube knockover simulation in Blender. It's going to be super cool. I'm sorry about the mic. My normal mic is getting repaired. It's broken. But yeah, let's hop right into the video. Alright, the first thing you want to do is delete your light and your camera, so you just have the default cube. Then we're going to click G to move the cube up, click Z to move it just on the Z axis, and hold Control Shift to move it up exactly 1 meter. Then we're going to click G again, click X, and move it 2 meters along the X axis. Next we're going to make it a rigid body, so we're going to click it, go to the Physics tab, click Rigid Body, and just make sure we've got active. This we can all just leave. Now since we just took one action, we can click Shift R to do it again, and we want to stack up maybe 10 cubes just in a line like this. The next thing you want to do is take all these cubes, copy them and paste them, and then click G to move all of these on the Y axis 2 meters, and then on the X axis 2 meters. Copy this, paste it, move it on the X axis, then move it on the Y axis. Repeat this process one more time to give yourself a third and final row or tower of cubes. Alright, so now that we have this tower, it's time to add our ball. So click Shift A to add a mesh, and click UV sphere. Then bring it up with G and Z. You might want to zoom out a little bit, but now we're going to scale it up just a little bit and make it a rigid body as well. So let's make sure we're in our Physics tab, go to Rigid Body, and set the mass to something around 25 kilograms. Now you can see if we play our simulation, everything falls through the ground, and that is not what we want to happen. So we need to add a floor to prevent these cubes from falling through the ground. So we're going to click Shift A, Mesh, and add a plane, and then scale it up a bunch. And then set that to a passive rigid body. Now we can see if we play our animation, everything falls like we want it to, but it isn't quite falling far enough. So what we need to do is just go back to our sphere, and we need to scale that up just a little more, and you can mess around with this based on how much you want it to sort of smash the cubes, but I like something around there. I might do just a little bit more so that it really smashes the cubes, so something just like that will be perfect. Alright, now it's time to add our camera, so click Shift A and click Camera. So this camera is in a completely random location. You can move around with G and stuff, but what we want to do is set it to a view kind of like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to get just right in the view that we want, and we're going to click Control, Alt, and 0 on the numpad, and this is going to set the camera to the location that our viewer is at. So now we have this nice angle. Now if you go into rendered mode, you can see that the scene is completely dark. So the next thing that we're going to do is add a light. So if you click Shift A and you click Light, you want to click Area. Next, go into Light Settings and set this power to about 5,000 watts. Then go into Object Properties and bring the Z value up so that your light is above your scene. Then move it to the side so you have this nice sort of view on it, and you might want to put it kind of in front of your camera. You can figure out where you want to put the light so that it's going to be the best sort of effect on the back of the tower, but I like this shadow right here, so I'm going to put mine exactly where it is right now. Then you can go back into the light and play with the size of it based on the shadows that you want. I'm going to keep mine at 1 because I want a lot of shadows, but if you want fewer, you can really turn that up and mess around with that. Now we can work on the material for our metallic ball. Click on the ball, and then click on New Material. Place your cursor here and split your screen. Go into the shader editor and find specular and turn that all the way up. Find metallic and turn that all the way up. And find roughness and turn that as far down as you want. I like to put it at around 1.5. Sorry. I like to put it at around 0.15. This gives us a nice metal look, and now we can change the color of our material. I'm going to make mine this nice bluish color. At this point in the video, if you want to add material for the cubes or the plane, you can. We're only going to be doing the plane, but you can do whatever you want. Alright, so click on the plane and click New, and turn down the specular, turn up the metallic, and turn down the roughness. You want to turn it up to about 0.5 so that you have a nice glare, but you can do whatever you want. Now, I'm going to make this color just a nice gray. The final step in making this simulation is just to simulate our camera path. So we're going to drag up the timeline a little bit like this, and the first thing we're going to do is keyframe our camera at its current location. So you're going to go out here, select your camera, click I, and click the location, rotation, and scale. So now we're going to plan out where we want our second keyframe to be. So we're going to go to around frame 30, and we're going to figure out where we want this keyframe to be. And then we're going to click Control, Alt, Numpad 0, and then we're going to click Location, Rotation, and Scale. So now if we watch this animation back, you can see we get that nice camera pan. So we're just going to repeat this again. This time we're going to go to frame 60, and we're going to get maybe a low shot on this. Control, Alt, Numpad 0, I, Location, Rotation, and Scale, and just like that we have a simple camera path. So now I'm just going to kind of pan it out until the end of the clip. So I'm going to go out of this, scroll back a little bit, and come down. Control, Alt, Numpad 0, I, Location, Rotation, and Scale, and just like that, we have created this rigid body simulation in Blender. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.